Good morning, everyone. This is the chapter 4 of our topic in Unit 2, the end of the human act. Man does not act aimlessly. When he acts, it is because he enjoys the action or because he wants to achieve something by that action. Example, our classmate may play basketball because he enjoys it, or he may play basketball because he wants to qualify for the varsity team. The end of an act, it is the purpose or goal of an act. It is the act which completes or finishes an act. So, ito ang pagtatapos ng ating mga aksyon o gawain. Distinction is made between end of the act and end of the doer or agent. The end of the act is the natural termination of an activity. Ibig sabihin, ito ay natural na ating nakukuha o kapalit sa pagtatapos ng ating mga gawain. Example, the end of eating is nourishment. That of reading is comprehension. That of basketball is scoring a goal, and that jogging is physical exercise. The end of the doer is the personal purpose intended by the person performing the act. Ibig sabihin, ito ay ang pansariling layunin na inilaan ng taong nagsasagawa ng kilos. Example, he who eats aims to satisfy his hunger. The reader to relax himself, the basketball player to win the game, and the jogger to maintain physical fitness. The end of the doer is called motive. It is the reason why a person performs an act. It is the force that sustains the act and brings it to completion. Kinds of ends. The end of the doer is either proximate or remote end, or intermediate or ultimate end. Proximate end is the purpose which a doer wishes to accomplish immediately by his action. Ang layunin ng isang tagagawa na maggawa kaagad ang kanyang mga aksyon. Example, the proximate end of eating is the satisfaction of hunger. Remote end is the purpose which a doer wishes to accomplish in a series of acts. Example, the remote end of the proximate end of eating is the promotion of health. Intermediate or ultimate end. Intermediate end is the purpose which is desired as a means for obtaining another thing. Ito ay may layunin na ninanais bilang isang paraan para sa pagkuha ng ibang bagay. Example, all of those activities leading toward graduation. Tulad natin, hindi tayo makakagraduate kung hindi tayo gumagawa ng ating mga gawain o mga paraan para makamit ang ating mga gustong makuha o gustong maabot. Ultimate end is the purpose which is desired for its own sake and not because of something else. Ito ay may hangaring nais na para sa sarili nitong kapakanan at hindi dahil sa iba. Example, a student may assign his graduation as an ultimate end. Intermediate end has the attainment of that completes an act and stops all further acts. While the ultimate end, the attainment of an ultimate end leads either to another intermediate end or to an ultimate end.
And motivation. Number 1. Every agent that performs an action acts for the sake of an end or purpose to be attained. It means every agent or person who acts for another to achieve an end to become successful. Number 2. Every agent acts toward an ultimate end. It means every agent has the greatest objective to get people to do something or to attain to get the highest goal. Number 3. Every agent has the power to move himself towards an end which he finds suitable for him. It means every agent has the authority to develop himself towards a goal which he finds suitable or required for him, and as something good. Apparent good. It means you did a great job even it's not good or evil, doing it without doubting in your mind. Evil is surrounding us, but sometimes we use it in a wrong way. Sometimes it's obvious that we did evil towards other, but we refuse and believe that it is not evil. You end up yourself as evil, one when you close your mind and continuing that doing. Meaning of good. Aristotle defines moral virtue as a disposition to behave in the right manner and as a mean between extremes of deficiency and excess, which are vices. Needs are those good which are essential to man as a man. Wants are those good that an individual requires because of his particular circumstances in life.
So today, let's continue our discussions. It's all about the ends of human acts. So by the way, my name is Lloyd Orvin Salazar. So today, I will discuss those kinds of good of human acts. So let's start. Kinds of good. Number one, we have essential and accidental good. Essential good needs. So example, food, shelter, health, knowledge, virtue, and life. So, it is called as perfecti because they contribute to the integral perfection of man. So, sa essential and accidental goods, so mao ni atong mga essential good na gikinahanglan like food, shelter, health, knowledge, virtue, life. So, mao na mga those examples sa essential and accidental good. So, we have accidental good. So, wants. Example is money, car, good name, academic degree, power, luxury. So it's is called as non-perfecti because they merely contribute to the external worth or appearance of a person. So number 2 is real and apparent good. Real good intrinsic value. So, it possesses qualities rendering it fitting or desirable. It includes both essential and accidental goods. Example, good acts and habits, parents and parenthood, pleasure and joy, work and leisure. So, apparent good, actually an able thing, but it is viewed as good under certain aspects. Example, diseases, sadness, death, worry, crimes. So, number 3, perfective and unperfective goods. So, perfective good, it's contribute to the integral perfection of a person. Example, education, virtue, food, exercise, medicine. And non-perfective good is it merely contributes to the internal appearance or convenience of a person. Example, clothes, wealth, social status, political power. Those example of perfective. Number 4 is perfective and imperfective good. Perfective good, ultimate or limited good, or absolutely and relative good. The fullness of qualities enabling it to fully satisfy human desire. Example, God. So, perfect good. Because only God can give all the people we ask for. So, that is the example of perfect good. So, example of perfect good is the God. Imperfect good. possesses only certain qualities so that it does not fully satisfy human desire except in a relative or limited sense. Example, early goods. So, sa imperfect good, sa example is early goods. So, goods are imperfect. Only God, in the absolutely sense, is perfect good. So, that is the examples of early goods of imperfect good. So, that's the end of my discussions for today. So, thank you for listening. I hope you listen my discussions today. So, God bless.
Good day, everyone. Here again. I'm Wilmer A. Sayre. So I'm reporting the ends of human acts. But in this day, I will only reporting the kinds of goods. So there are four kinds of goods, but of course, I'm only reporting in three kinds of goods because it is money ang gihatag sa kuha. So the first kinds of goods. The first is the essential and accidental goods. So when we see essential goods, it's our needs. So what are our needs? Example is food, shelter, health, knowledge, virtue, life. So when we see food, any nutritious substance that people absorb in order to maintain life and growth. Then shelter is a place giving temporary protection to us, giving temporary protection in any weather and danger. So the best example is our home that protect us in any weather, in any calamity or danger that can be ang mahitabo. Then the food also, it is very important. That's why it's called needs, because we will not live in this world without food, because we will be die if there's no food. So that's food. That's why food is our needs. Then knowledge is very important to know, or to know the world, and in our daily lives we can use knowledge also. Then health, of course, it is important to maintain our healthy lifestyle. Then then the meaning of course, the meaning of the essential good, it calls as a perfective because they contribute to the integral perfection of a man. So that's why in essential goods is very important because it is the integral perfection of a man. Why? It is a integral. So ito yung pangangailangan sa ato sa matag adlaw and everyday. Then accidental goods. Accidental goods is our wants. It's only wants that, or our dreams that gusto nato makamit, like an academic degree, car, a good name, or a money. That someday that I have a car, that's only our wants or our dreams. That's called an accidental goods. Power, luxury, anara, that's something like that. That's then when we see accidental goods, it calls as non-perfective because they merely contribute to the external worth of appearance of a person. So it is only an external of appearance. So it's only our dreams or wants in our life, but it is not necessary needs. Then the second is the real and apparent good. When we see real good, it's all about intrinsic value. It includes the both essential and accidental goods. Remember, what is essential is our need. It's our needs, and accidental is our wants only. But in a real good, it include both essential and accidental goods. So we already know what is essential and accidental goods. So the best example is good act and habits. So when a good act, it is essential, and habit is our accidental goods. Parent and parenthood. pleasure and joy, work and leisure. Ang that is some example of a real God. That is both essential and accidental. Then we say apparent 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 good is actually an evil thing but is viewed as good under certain aspect. Example is disease, sadness, death, worry, crimes. So we can consider that uh before anything else, I would like to emphasize what is apparent good. Apparent good is a doing something bad, but there's a purpose. It's doing something evil, but it's viewed as a good. Example, worrying. You're worrying in your classmate that he will be siya ay mabagsak, but kay gusto nimo siya nga makapasar mo nang imo siyang gipasundong, but it's still it's still a cheating. So that's called an apparent good. Example, disease. Example, you have a daughter or a son that suffer in sickness, but you have no but wala kay kwarta na ikapalit og mga medicine. So what should you do is to make a crime. That's why make a crime ang manulis, but kay para lang na mapalit nga kuan nga tambal sa imong anak nga nagkasakit or nabay malubhang sakit or kailangan operahan, kaya kailangan ka mong hold up. That's why called apparent good. Bisan mali yang gibuhat, evil yang gibuhat, pero nasa purpose in a good. Pero mali in a good. Pero mali isad siya. Then the third is a perfective and non-perfective goods. So when we see perfective goods, perfective good, it's contribute to the integral perfection of a person. So example is it's mga importante or mga kailangan, mahalaga sa ato ang kinabuhi. Example is education. Without education, we can live, but we kining di ta kabalo mubasa, we can read, we can write. Education can teach us. Education can teach us to do not ignore in this world, na di ta ma-ignorant. So education, so kailangan ang education para di ta ma-ignorant sa nining kalibutan. Then the virtue is important sa ato for doing a good in our society, what we belong. And food, of course, exercise to maintain our health and our healthy lifestyle, and medicine when we have a sickness. So it is a perfective goods. Example of perfective good. Then the second is non-perfective goods. It's merely contribute to the external appearance or convenience of a person. So non-perfective goods is not necessary nga kailangan jud nimo siya, no? Kay unlike, so we can say that perfective good and non-perfective good is like murag parehara sa essential goods or accidental goods. So when we say an perfective goods is not necessary kayo siya, pero asa pang external lang or ang ato lang pang person o pang kinabud, like clothes, wealth, social status, political power. So mga kinahanglan lang nato nga kuan, pero not necessary needs jud nato siya nga kailangan jud nato nga yung kuan, pero it is our personal that's why personal requirements na sa ato nga kailangan we need to buy our clothes, but wealth, social society, political power is the chira. So that's all. So I hope there's some namoy na sabtan bisan bulol-bulol ni inyong nag-report, but I hope so nga there's daghan mo na sabtan sa ako. And that's all for Morane o daghan.
My name is Kenneth C. Durango. I am the last presenter or the last reporter of our topic, the chapter 4, which is the ends of human act. So, natural and supernatural happiness. What is natural happiness? Natural happiness is that which is attainable by man through the use of his natural powers. Supernatural happiness. What is supernatural happiness? Is that which is attainable by man through the use of natural powers, as well as these are informed and aided by God's infusion of grace. Ultimate purpose. What is ultimate purpose? In every deliberate action, acts towards an end, an ultimate to an absolute ultimate end, happiness. Since man desire and tendency towards happiness is unlimited, nothing short of the absolutely perfect good can satisfy it perfectly. Therefore, God, the infinite good, is the greatest good to be attained as the ultimate end. So, thank you for listening and watching our video. God bless us all.